All right, heading back into the fray now with Dr. Steve Turley. He's been here a number of times recently. A scholar, international speaker, and author. 1.2 million subscribers on his YouTube channel. Pretty solid, right? 15 million podcast listeners. He's done well. Turley, welcome back. Nice to see you.
So, Stephen, it's great to be back with you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. Where are you located?
I'm right outside of Philly. So I was just talking to your producer earlier. I think we're both suffering the mid-20s right about now. So.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Well, it was 3 yesterday. We've warmed up dramatically. 3. I'm
you got it.
You
won. You won.
Yeah, you're downrange. I'm going to send it your way. You enjoy that. Merry Christmas from me to you. Anyhow, by the Democrats and the social media has gone crazy. President Musk. Elon Musk is really president. Donald Trump is stop it, folks. I mean, they don't care when George Soros buys elections and puts in terrible prosecutors that allow criminals to run wild. They don't care about any of that. They don't care that Kathy Hochul, declared the subways to be safe, and the following day a woman's burned alive by an illegal alien in this country. They don't care about that. They want to attack Elon Musk. Now, look, if you're the richest man in the world, you're probably going to be targeted anyway. Kind of goes with the territory. But Elon Musk is doing good things. To me, he opened up Twitter so we can have conversations without being shut down. He is getting the attention of Democrats saying, look, I'm going to come after you in your own districts. I think that Elon Musk is kind of a Christmas gift to all of us. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And he's, the beauty is he's promising not to just defeat Democrats, but gut the Republicans as well. That's the beauty. That's sort of the perfect storm that we have right now. We've got the political power of Trump. We've got the technological power of X. And then we've got the financial power, the richest man on the planet. And he's basically telling all Republicans who are not getting in line with the MAGA agenda, which is now the new unifying center of the Republican Party. He doesn't care if they're Freedom Caucus members. He doesn't care if they're rhinos. If you're getting in the way of the MAGA agenda, we're going to target you with a primary opponent. And then Musk, who's now worth what, $400 billion? He's saying that for me to throw $1 billion into congressional races is a walk in the park for me. And the Republicans have to take that very seriously. We lost the unifying center of the Reagan Revolution that defined the Republican Party in the 80s and the 90s, climaxing with the Gingrich Revolution. We lost that to the neocon paradigm. The neocon paradigm was an interventionist paradigm internationally, as well as focusing on entitlement spending at home. That paradigm has collapsed. So the Republican Party really doesn't have any unifying paradigm to keep them together. Democrats do. They just want to spend and gain power. That's it. Democrats just want to spend and gain power. Republicans half want to cut spending, but the other half want to increase it. So you've got this inherent dysfunctionality. You've got the Reagan side, then you've got the Bush neocon side. And this inherent dysfunctionality can be overcome by the new MAGA revolution.
I agree with that. I do want to warn people, though, about something here, Turley, and that is, this overreach and this labeling of anybody who doesn't vote with Trump every single time is therefore a rhino. Stop it. Because there were some people that voted against the second spending bill, not the first one, the second one. Nancy Mace, Ralph Norman, Thomas Massey.
Yep.
These are not rhinos. These are people that support and have supported very strongly the Trump agenda. But they didn't agree with some things in those bills so you can't just label everybody, well, they don't.
No.
Because some on the rabid right are willing to do that. And there is a rabid right, isn't there?
Yes, absolutely. The problem for these, what I like to just simply call Freedom Caucus, or cutters, as opposed to spenders, the problem is if they are not careful, they will find themselves on the same side as the rhino. And the reason for that is because I don't think I think the Trump populist movement is redefining the political divide from a horizontal divide, left versus right, spender versus cutter, whatever, that kind of thing, and more of a vertical divide, people versus political class. And when you look at it from that angle, that's exactly what ends up happening, is Freedom Caucus members who go against President Trump, who's the new unifying center of the party, when they go against them, they will be seen as equivalent of rhinos. That's the key. They start to blend together. If it's a horizontal divide, no problem. Of course, one's on one
Sure.
side, the other's on the other side. But if it's vertical, nope, you're both part of the problem. You're
So
both
let's talk
part of
about
the political
let's
question.
reconcile this, Turley, because this is important. I have been, an opponent of raising the debt ceiling for the most part for a long time. I think we need to live within our means, and I think that we need to figure out ways to stop spending as much money as we are. I mean, we spend billions of dollars on Ukraine and billions of dollars on who knows what. We spent billions and billions of dollars for electrical charges across this country, got like 6, right? We were supposed to build infrastructure and all of this interconnectivity. We got almost nothing. Billions spent. We need to stop acting that way, right?
Right.
But we've also got to understand that if you raise the debt ceiling, it allows you the flexibility to get up and then bring it back down.
Right,
We've got to get to bringing the debt down. We cannot continue to spend ourselves into oblivion. We have to correct this trajectory, don't we?
Right. Right. No, absolutely. And Musk has said that. I don't think a day goes by where he doesn't tweet a chart about our out of control debt and said this is simply unsustainable. And so hence Doge. Doge is going to come in at radically cut spending. I mean, they're talking like we're going to do to Washington D.C. what Elon did to Twitter and cut down the overhead by 80-90%. The problem, as you pointed out, is that Congress always literally always raises the debt ceiling. Why die on that hill as of last Friday? It's, when all is said and done, it seems to be a gimmick.
It is a gimmick. It's a gimmick.
Yeah.
Look, Schumer's out there saying, well, we're not going to raise the debt. And if roles are reversed, oh, it's terrible. You're going to destroy the country.
Right.
You're going to take away cancer funding for children or whatever the hell they like. Stop it. Children are going to die, Turley.
Exactly.
Death.
Exactly right.
Death to the
These
children.
are the games they play. They're masters of deception. But it's better they were masters of deception. Unfortunately for them, they're not deceiving anyone anymore because we're the media now, right? As Elon would say.
Look, we are the media now. This right here. This is. They can have their mainstream media, and they can call it whatever it wants. They've lost 30% or 40% of their viewers at MSNBC, CNN. They're just the Washington Post is in a free for all financially, has been for a while. This is Main Street media right here, because I sit here, I talk about things, I vet things, I do our level best to make sure that people get the facts as we know them,
Right.
and that's something you don't get, and that's why Twitter. X, if you will. I still call it Twitter. I'm old school.
I do too. I can't help it.
Whatever. It's like Elon. Like rebranding Coca-Cola. Don't do that.
Yeah, right.
Which is fine. But the fact of the matter is we tell the stories that need to be told when others will not. I'll give you about 30 seconds. Do you got any place to be, Turley?
No. I could stay. You need me to? I have a hard
stick
stop
around.
at 8.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Stay. We'll give 15 more minutes. All right, we're going to hold on right there. We're going to go into a break here. Brought to you by our good friends at Hillsdale. Gruber for Hillsdale.com. Listen, you can go find out A Christmas Carol. It's a great story. These are all free at Hillsdale, by the way. You can learn about the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and today, Ebenezer Scrooge. Bah humbug. I joke it. Bah humbug. No charge to you. Gruber for Hillsdale.com. They're back for another year. We love our friends at Hillsdale. Great relationship, great partnership, and a great university, or college, if you will. I'll take a break. Be back with Dr. Steve Turley after this. All right, back to the conversation now. We're going to shift gears a little bit because this is all over the internet this morning. Doesn't surprise me. But here you go, Matt Gaetz out there today. Dr. Steve Turley with me. Man, this is not good for Matt Gaetz, Turley. I'm looking at just the news report about this. Statutory rape of a 17-year-old, drug use, obstruction of justice. This report was not supposed to be released, but, Democrats want to get their pound of flesh or two from Matt Gaetz, that's for sure. But this is an ugly report, to say the least. What do you say?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a look at it too. It just came out today, but I mean they were clearly Kavanaughing him, but now we'll have to look at this report. He dropped out very quick. That was key, and it was a lot of people are saying, "Is this 4D chess? What's going on here?" And doesn't see. I thought maybe it was, because then maybe he's going to be this next senator, taking Marco Rubio's seat or something like that. But it seems like we've seen a kind of helter-skelter, kind of schizoid kind of response from him over the last few weeks of what his future is going to be. And that's concerning to me because I'm not seeing a real clear strategy there. And that seems to suggest to me that he and the people around him were very concerned about this report coming out. So we'll have to take a look at it. Obviously, it's
well, I think
it's not good news.
I think his political career is probably over. I never thought the Attorney General nomination was real. I never thought it was real. I thought that it was there to save face, get him out of Congress, and make it, and then the report would never be released. But here it is.
Here it is.
You can read it all at justthenews.com. It's a 10-page story. Quite in depth from John Solomon. And Solomon had told me a while back that he had gotten some inside information on this report, said it was bad. He's right, it's bad. So there you go. For the Matt Gaetz fans out there, sorry, look, man. If you do this sort of stuff, it's going to come out, and it just is. Meanwhile,
well, I know. In
ahead.
fairness, Steve, too. Yeah, I mean, he's come out and said, "Look, I've never had any inappropriate relations with anyone under the age of 18." And
that's what he said.
Yep, that's false and so forth. But he did say, but I worked hard and I played hard. Okay, well,
yeah, that's what he said, and he says here. I mean, any suggestion he may have engaged in sexual misconduct, including violations of federal law relating to sex trafficking and state laws. By the way, no sex trafficking here, so the worst of it's not here. He said these are false. He denied the allegation that he used illicit drugs. He denied having sex with a minor, that being the 17-year-old here. I mean, he denies it all. I'm just telling you what's in this report. And look, the report was done by Republicans.
Right. No, granted. Yeah. Again, we're going to have to, with this new paradigm of the people versus the permanent political class, this vertical divide, as it were, things like this don't carry the kind of weight they used to. So we'll just have to see. We'll have to see how it plays itself out.
No, they don't carry the kind of weight they used to because so many people have been accused of this, 25 years ago. I mean,
weaponized.
Well, it's like it's a behavior that's almost like expected that there were going to be pigs in Washington.
Right.
I'm sorry, Shirley, but you did this horrible thing. Yeah, well, you're just like the rest of them. You're just another pig in Washington. And you know what? We need to do better than that. When we're upgrading on the 20th of January, one of the other places we can upgrade is the quality of the people serving and the quality of their moral compass. I think we can improve ourselves, don't you?
Oh, yeah. And I think that's part of the golden age that's dawning, as it were. But absolutely. And again, ironically, it's a very pro-human paradigm that's coming in, with Elon Musk being so concerned about repopulation rates, fertility rates, that we're not going to have it. If we don't resolve that, we're not going to have a civilization in 100 years. So it's very much rooted in the idea of, that you can't do that without being pro-life. You can't do that without being pro-family. So pro-natal sentiments are inherently moral in that sense. So you would hope that you're going to see that. I mean, the other thing that's blowing me away is just, hey, man, Canada and Greenland, 2 more states, it's just, there is, and the Panama Canal, there is this sense that America.
The Panama Canal. Now, that's a big deal. He says when the president of Panama says every square meter is ours, and Trump's response is simply, we'll see about that.
Exactly.
Well, the fact of the matter is, look, we had thousands of people die building that thing. He said 38,000.
About 25,000.
Well,
right.
according to the official numbers, it's 5,600. Okay, that's still 5,600 Americans on the low end that died building the canal. All right, under Teddy Roosevelt's tenure. We don't just give that away. I always thought Jimmy Carter giving that away for $1 was one of the dumbest things. That and Hong Kong. Those two things. The British giving Hong Kong away without any, fuss, and giving away the Panama Canal with no fuss. Dumb.
Yeah. But it is part of these rising, what scholars are calling civilizationalist elements.
Oh, please.
Well, no, not the Carter, the Trump, and we're taking Panama, we're taking Canada, we're taking Greenland. The notion of civilizationalism is you're not trying to control the world. You're just trying to control your world. That's it. Your sphere.
Well, and in fairness, Turley, if we turn Mexico into a theme park, it'd be better than it is today. I mean, Disney World South or whatever,
Cancunize it? Is that
Exactly.
Cancunization? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the Cancunization of Mexico. Why not? Make it an Americanized
Of
resort
course,
anyhow.
everybody would be happy. Okay, but that's the possibilities, right? That's the way
Oh,
people
we're
were
going to get
thinking
called
in the
out for
golden
this.
age.
I'm going to
Yeah.
get called out for this one, Turley.
You're getting it,
I
man.
don't
You're
care.
getting it.
I don't. You racist! You want to turn Mexico into a theme park? Yeah, because it'd be better, it'd be safer for the kids. I'll tell you that. All right, Turley. Greatly appreciate you being here, Dr. Steve Turley. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for being
Merry
here.
Christmas to you, Steve. Thank you so much.
There you have it. I'm in so much trouble now. It's all right. I can take it. Anthony will forgive me, I think. At any rate, good to have you here. The Lions win again. They're 13-2, most wins in franchise history for the Lions. All right, we'll talk about that with Brock after the break.